Tommy, here we come! Get you!
Run, Forrest, run! Run, Forrest!
Ones that have such a great cast of characters and actors behind them, and the stories that resonate that they just keep being watched and enjoyed for all time. One of them is absolutely Forrest Gump. The movie about a man running from point to point in his life and the people he connects to in his own way is still beloved to this day, and the cast was a major reason for it. You may not have realized it back then, but this was an all-star cast from top to bottom, and after the movie, they only grew in popularity. So allow us to show you the Forrest Gump cast, then and now. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Tom Hanks. It's almost funny to look at Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump, which came out in 1994, and see just how massive and huge Tom Hanks became after it.
And on my way back to find Bubba, well, that was this boy laying on the ground.
Granted, he was clearly big enough to be cast in that movie. Get it? Big enough? We'll move on. And he proved his acting chops by getting the award for Best Actor from that film. But after that movie, people wanted Tom Hanks in their movies all over the place. Just some of the movies that he's been in over the years that got him a lot of attention was all 4 Toy Story films, where he voiced the main character of Woody, Apollo 13, a very critically acclaimed film, Saving Private Ryan, and Castaway, where he was nominated and won awards for his performances there. Charlie Wilson's War, another award-winning performance, Sully, ditto, Saving Mr. Banks, being the first person in live action to portray Walt Disney, and when he wasn't in front of the camera, he was behind it, including going and helping create things like the acclaimed series Band of Brothers, alongside Steven Spielberg, whom he worked with 5 times on 5 very appreciated projects. Oh, and he's also done music videos. No, really, look it up. The point is, Tom Hanks is one of the most beloved people in all of Hollywood. Period. There's even a running joke that he's a guy you literally can't not love, because he's kind, compassionate, and just wants to do good in the world. When he was one of the first celebrities in the US to get the COVID-19 virus, people were sending him prayers all over the world because they wanted him to get better. And he did. To some, Forrest Gump might not be their favorite Tom Hanks movie, but it is one he's often remembered for and quoted. And you know what they say about a favorite Tom Hanks movie amongst a crowd? It's a lot like a box of chocolates. Robin Wright. In Forrest Gump, Robin Wright played Jenny Curran. She was Forrest's childhood friend who uttered the legendary words, "Run, Forrest, run!"
Run, Forrest!
And would eventually be the woman Forrest married in the film. Afterward, though, she honestly got some roles in unique movies and series, before getting her biggest role ever in a series that, sadly, has a bit of a stain on it, and a role that would propel her to multiple other appearances because of how epic she was. For example, she was in the film Unbreakable with Bruce Willis, Moneyball with Brad Pitt, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo with Daniel Craig, and then, in 2013, Netflix decided to do a series called House of Cards with Kevin Spacey. She was cast as Claire Underwood, the wife to Spacey's character, and throughout the series, which lasted 6 seasons, she was praised for her performance. She even got a Golden Globe for her acting in 2013. Of course, if you know what happened to Kevin Spacey, you'll know that the series had an abrupt course correction, and the final season focused solely on her, which didn't make fans mad at all. No, honestly, it didn't, but her accolades there can't be denied. Furthermore, in 2017, she was in the live-action Wonder Woman film as the character Antiope, sister to Queen Hippolyta and aunt to Diana. Her role in the film was small, but it made a huge impact on fans, to the point that Patty Jenkins, the director of the film, made sure to bring her back because of how beloved she was. Oh, and did we mention she's the Princess Bride, now and forevermore? Just saying. Hayley Joel Osment. Yeah, forgot he was in this movie, didn't you? But it's true. He was the son of Forrest and Jenny, and fun fact, he was cast for the film after the director saw him in a Pizza Hut commercial. For real! Just as real, though, is the career that Haley Joel Osment had after the movie, because eventually he got cast in the movie The Sixth Sense, alongside Bruce Willis, and all of a sudden, this kid was popping up everywhere. He was in movies, he was in TV shows, and one of his most famous roles is actually that of the video game character Sora in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Didn't see that coming, did you? And because of his fame, he's guest starred on all sorts of series, including being in Season 2 of the wildly popular and violent superhero series The Boys, where he played the character Mesmer. Again, he got into the movie because of a Pizza Hut commercial. That's just crazy. Sally Field. If Tom Hanks is one of the most respected male actors in all of Hollywood, period, then Sally Field is one of the female actors who has earned the respect of all during her long and illustrious career. In Forrest Gump, she played Forrest's mother, and it was actually the second time her and Hanks worked together after Philadelphia. And many of the best lines in the movie come from her, as they should. Now, before this movie, she was already a Hollywood icon with films like Mrs. Doubtfire, Smokey and the Bandit, Sybil, and of course, The Flying Nun. But after the movie, she made a lot of movies and TV, and movies that cemented her as one of the best ever, including in 2000 going and having a recurring role on ER, which got her an Emmy. From 2006 to 2011, she portrayed Nora Walker on the ABC television drama Brothers and Sisters, for which she received the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series in 2007. In terms of movies, she was in Lincoln, a movie that got a lot of awards, the Amazing Spider-Man films, as Aunt May, and even went back to the stage of Broadway to go and do some shows there, where she got nominated for some Tony Awards. She has 3 sons, and has raised awareness for osteoporosis and gay rights, further showing just how magnificent a woman she is. Seriously, let's all take a moment and appreciate Sally Field. Gary Sinise. Arguably one of the true breakout stars of the movie, Gary Sinise played the superior officer of Forrest when the two went to the Vietnam War. As Lieutenant Dan, Gump saved his life after his superior officer lost his legs. And that led to some very tense and deep scenes that resonated with many. In fact, his acting was so powerful that he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. After that movie, Sinise found himself with plenty of roles across both television and movies, including re-teaming with Tom Hanks for Apollo 13. But you could argue his greatest success was going and being cast as the lead man in the CSI New York series that lasted about 10 years and had many crossovers with the previous series in Las Vegas and Miami. However, not unlike Sally Field before him, one of the things that truly makes Gary special is that he's gone and done all sorts of things for charities, with his personal preference going and supporting the troops of the United States, even making the Lieutenant Dan Band to go and play for soldiers. Lieutenant Dan would no doubt approve of that, wouldn't you say? Mykelti Williamson. Mykelti Williamson played Bubba Blue, another soldier that Forrest met, and the man whose love of shrimp inspired Forrest to go and open up that shrimp company and give Lieutenant Dan a job to help him out. After the movie, Mykelti Williamson starred in both TV shows and movies all over, including being in Fences, 24, Boomtown, Justified, and even being on CSI New York with Gary Sinise for a set of episodes. His other notable roles include Free Willy, Heat, Lucky Number 11, Three Kings, Black Dynamite, The Final Destination, ATL, Species 2, and The Purge, Election Year. The impact of Forrest Gump. Though the cast may not all have had the same impact in Hollywood, the movie is still revered as one of the best ever made, and that's not stating things lightly. This movie had a gripping story, lovable characters, and still resonates with people almost 3 decades later. That's a gift right there, and many would absolutely consider it one of the greatest movies of all time. In 2011, the Library of Congress selected the film for preservation in the United States National Film Registry as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the cast of Forrest Gump and how they have only grown in their careers since the movie came out? Did you forget how many Hollywood A-listers were in this movie? Which of them is your favorite? And what was your favorite part about the movie overall? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.